I have to say, I didn't really recover from the convention I just visited earlier. Yet I have an important appointment in Berlin and I have to prepare my next video and finish my next book. Thankfully, I do still have a bit to recover from that. Yes, hello, Marcel here. Yeah? No, nothing. Boring, actually. A3 size. Next week. By next week. Yeah, sure, absolutely no problem. Yeah, goodbye. Hello there, children. What am I saying? Half of you guys are even older than me. Anyways, welcome back to my second channel. It's that time again. I sometimes make videos where companies call me like, you paint pictures, right? So can you paint pictures for us too? However, this time I won't be painting on a PC case or a canvas or something. There wouldn't be enough time anyway, because time is once again really tight, but I've come up with another gimmick. I'll explain everything in this video very soon. Plus, there's going to be a giveaway. One lucky person out there will receive the finished painting. More about this will be posted by Sony Germany on their social media. All the links will be down in the info box. But which game should I make art for? Well, you might already know it, but it's about the game Stellar Blade, exclusively for the PS5. If you want to grab it, the game is out now on the same day that this video goes online. I'm really excited, not gonna lie. That video would be such a good opportunity to make a cool A3 sized painting again. Well then, let's get drawing. Like a sir. Okay, you've already seen which direction this is going in, but to be honest, I've been somewhat dissatisfied with the drafts and ideas so far. If you're wondering why, I've just redrawn the cover for the game. I just knew the setting kinda seemed familiar, man. But of course that wasn't the only reason why I was so dissatisfied. With my previous drafts, the idea was basically just main character Eve strikes a cool pose. And for such a big A3 painting, that's somehow not enough, at least in my opinion. I thought about incorporating more of the setting because I just love this post-apocalypse vibe in the promotional material, and there are some really cool enemy designs. It would be a shame not to include them as well. You guys know my artworks by now. The whole thing should already have this kind of movie poster vibe. So now, one last draft that makes PlayStation go, damn, that should have been the cover for the game. I know it's absolutely a matter of taste, but I really like this motive. What do you think? Like, only from the idea, of course. Does it hold up to the actual cover of Stellar Blade? But you haven't even seen the best part yet. I told you earlier that I wanted something special for this artwork, and since Stellar Blade is a futuristic game anyway... Oh yeah, now what do you think? Are you a fan of this neon color? I've already done some research and ordered paint that glows in the dark. That should hopefully do the trick now. Okay, the painting is all scribbled out and I have a plan on how to approach all of this later. The base of this thing will be completely in watercolor because, as you know, that's my favorite medium. So I'll start with that, and I'm pretty sure almost everything here in this painting can be done with watercolor. So I don't need much more for the base. By now I also integrated gouache into my workflow, so now I can just paint the character on top of the background. So I'll probably also use colored pencils for some contrasts and, of course, the glow-in-the-dark neon paint. The whole thing will be A3 size, which means there's gonna be quite a lot of work ahead of me, but it's doable. Okay, before I do anything else, I should probably test if the neon glow in the dark paint would even work at all, so I ordered it by now. It arrived, and here it is. And I'm not quite sure, but do I need UV light for this? I actually thought it was just paint that glows in the dark. Okay, so this doesn't look particularly glowing right now. It smells like construction foam. It tastes like it too. Now, even when I look inside, the color itself doesn't look like it's glowing at all. On the Amazon page, it says that you have to stir it well before you... So I'll just do a test with it now and spread it on this test sheet. Like, it could just be my IQ being too low or something, so that I don't get what's wrong here. But on the other hand, the recommendation for this paint came from Lauvan, so it's kind of obvious the paint wouldn't work. So it's as dark as it gets in here. And as you can see, there's nothing happening. Believe me, that's the last time I'll take Lauvan suggestions. Okay, this doesn't look good right now, but I still have to paint the entire artwork and also edit this whole video here. I really need to get going now. Worst case, I'll just ask Lauvan again which paint he would not recommend, and then I'll just buy that. I even bought this neon paint twice, man. Once in blue and once in green. But no joke, I really need to get going. The video should be going online next week. I have another appointment on the other side of Germany, and I haven't even finished the actual artwork. So it has to work out the first try. Time is running out on me right now. And that's why I'll start painting a little warm-up just so I can nail the first try. Okay, maybe you've already seen it last year, but last year I tried to level up my art in terms of background. That was the reason I wanted to paint a calendar, because that way I had to paint completely different backgrounds for every season. It wasn't quite challenging. But if you've actually seen the calendar, you've noticed there isn't really an artwork with a sky or clouds like for the artwork that I've planned today. I did paint artworks where there's a sky, like for the one in April, but really impressive clouds have always been very tricky for me. And that's exactly what I want to change for today. After all, the clouds already take a good quarter of the painting. First off, I tried my color palette by using my sketchbook. I tried out a couple of color combinations and saw if they went well together for an evening sky. Oh, by the way, and just throwing it in there, but there's finally a restock for my sketchbook in my online shop. So in case you missed it last year, you can now finally get another copy of my personal sketchbook at DrawlikeaSir.com. And then I thought I would just practice it as if it were a real painting. I just used some small test sheet for that. Now, while painting, two things came to my mind. First, I'm glad I practiced before I started the real deal, because secondly, I feel like my attempts have gotten better bit by bit, both in terms of color choice, but also for the overall look. At least now I feel somewhat warmed up for the final painting, because it's not like I have some time left to waste. And oh yeah, in case you're new here, everything I use in terms of pens and paper and paint is always linked in my supply list on my website. Okay, you know how I do this. I printed out the draft that I've made digitally, as always, and then I traced it on a light pad. It went smoothly, but just because it's always so incredibly boring doing this, I just did it live on stream with you guys. So the sketch is traced onto A3. I'm not doing the line art here because I think I can manage without it, and otherwise, I'm ready. The only thing missing now is the neon paint. It works! It's relatively late at night, or early in the morning, depending on your definition. And I just turned off the light, and I thought, there's something glowing back there. Like, look at this, it's glowing right. I'm not even using UV light right now, but it's like, it's literally glowing in the dark. Maybe it just took a while to dry, but the paint is really glowing, and it's completely without UV light. So if that's how it turns out on the final painting, then I'm really happy. Good for you, Lauvan. Alright, so I've finished tracing the sketch. The neon paint works out. I think the clouds won't look terribly bad either, and otherwise, everything's ready. Thanks so much for watching so far, and I will now try to get as much out of this artwork as possible over the next 1.5 days. Well then, I hope you enjoy.
It starts with one. All I know, so unreal. Watch you go. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to remind myself of a time when in spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property, remembering all the times you fought with me. I'm surprised it got so things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me. You kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I
tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on, but you didn't even know. Wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard.
Damn, the neon paint goes hard. I don't have much more to say about it, especially at the beginning. I did not think this paint would get this intense. So now the person who ultimately wins this artwork has a permanent nightlight on the wall. Good for them. Also, a big thank you to my patrons who fund my videos. This video was initially in German because that's how PlayStation wanted it, but I took the time out of my day to translate all of it. I've also made more of these cinematic videos, so feel free to check out the last one right here. Well then, my name is Marcel, and I'll see you guys next time.